Welcome to my channel, to everyone who's new here, and of course to those of you who are back again. Great to have you here. In this video we will take a look together at possible scenarios for the price development of several altcoins. Things remain exciting, so make sure to watch until the end. You will also find another video on my channel where I analyze Bitcoin and Ethereum daily. That's definitely worth checking out too. And if you also want to trade cheap, with cheap fees, I can recommend you mexc. It's top 10 in the world. And as you can see, 0% maker fees and 0.01% taker fees. I think Bitget, Bybit are also very good exchanges for the futures market. Yeah, in Germany we can't use Binance, but as you can see, there is a huge difference in the trades, in the taker fees, and that's for sure eating the gains. And here we go, 100 pairs, 0 fees, just on mexc. And here we find coins, we can see coins which we talk about daily: Solana, SUI, Cardano, HBAR, ONDO and Render are on that list, with far more coins which are very popular and interesting. So what about XRP? We have tracked the move to the downside very well. We have said once we break the white trend line to the downside, which we did here, we also got the retest, but I have also said we have a fair value gap here, which might get closed, means we wick up a bit more and then sell off. And here we go. I have drew the circle yesterday and we went exactly into that area, so I can take it out. It was a profitable trade. Yesterday was a very profitable trade. Like this. Yesterday, 5 of my 10 coins got into the take profits. The other one were also on profit, but we will talk about that soon. What I see for XRP at the moment is a bear flag, a possible bear flag, where we have this push to the downside, and this is currently a bear flag. And if that breaks to the downside at currently $1.78, it's short for me. But please look what I mean with it. If we break it to the downside, a breakout means we need a 1 hour candle close, preferably 1 hour below the bear flag. After that, I want to see a retest. The retest, since it's an upwards trend line, let me take out the price target. Since it's upwards, we don't have to touch it perfectly here. Yeah, we can still get up, and then I want to see the push to the downside. Then I would say it's short. It doesn't matter if we just wick for a short time lower than that and get bought up very fast, then it's not short to me. I want to see a sustainable breakout where we are lower than the bear flag for, let's say 2, 3, 4 hours with a good validation of the trend line. That's what I want to see, and then I'm in for another short trade. So far I closed every short trade because 5 out of 10 went into my take profit, like I've said, and the other 5 did a good bounce, so I closed just everything. So, not Solana. Dogecoin. So, same for Dogecoin. We have said if we get a breakout at 15 cents or even a bit higher, 15.1 cents, then it would be a short. Also here, let's get into the 1 hour chart. We didn't got a breakout, not a perfect one. Here our candle closed perfectly at the orange trend line, but here we still got the retest. So it was still short to me because other coins didn't do it. The other coins did a clear breakout. Here we got a candle close right at the orange trend line with a huge wick to the downside, to the upside as well. But in the end of the day, we closed here and got a nice push to the downside. So perfect trade. Take profit was set at 13.9 cents right here. It got hit. So here also we had a profitable trade. So what would I do now for Dogecoin? For Dogecoin, I would say let me take this one out. So for Dogecoin, I have tracked a possible shoulder head shoulder formatation, a smaller one. This one, shoulder head, and if that is going to be the shoulder, then it would be positive. It's an inverted shoulder head shoulder formatation. So if we break the 14.87 cents to the upside, then it would be positive. We can even work off the whole head to the upside, or we can take just the shoulder if we want a safer trade. But as you can see, we have a fair value gap over us. So I think we have the chance, if we break that to the upside, to go up to 15.25 to 15.35 cents. I will still make price tag here. Oh, perfect. That is going to be the take profit. But keep in mind, the other coins are having bearish patterns. So let's get to XRP real quick to show you that. So if XRP is going to get this move to the upside and then sell off, let's assume this is going to happen, then Dogecoin, it takes so long. So then Dogecoin is getting the breakout, most likely, then into that area, and from here it can sell off again. Yeah, but still a trade is possible once we break it to the upside. So Solana also looks, well, hold on, I got a comment here. When you say drop below $103.70 for Solana, do you mean briefly or at the close? It has breached that this morning, thanks. So what he means is, we have said, okay, we have a triple top pattern, and if the $103.70 breaks to the downside, then it's short. With that wick, we didn't get a candle close lower than this. The first sign of a breakout was actually here, the candle close. As you can see, we didn't get a retest. I always want to see a breakout with a retest, and then it would be positive. Then I get the validation that the chart pattern is even good. The market is seeing that and the market is trading that. Then I can say I can safely jump into a trade. Because I've seen in the past many fake outs where people saw that breakout, and as you can see, we even dropped a bit more. So probably people went into more short positions. And what happened next is liquidation for them, because many traders are also using 25x leverage, 50x leverage, 100x leverage. Everything is possible in trading, but it's also very dangerous. So in the end of the day, we didn't broke down to the downside. We have seen in the 50 minutes chart that we got the retest, but we didn't close the candle. After that, this was, if we even went into a trade here at the retest, we could have done it, but stop loss should be tied over it, and we would have got stopped out with a small loss. So, about the bear flag, if we break it to the downside, which is currently at $102.76, then I can actually think that we are most likely going back into that purple box. I also want to show you why I have that box. But I think I have to go into the daily chart. Exactly. So what I have done here is, and it might not be right, okay, but still, I took the fib levels from here down to the up to the top here, and I took this area. This was my entry area when we were in that up move. I wanted to get into that box to open here a long trade in the past. We just wicked into it right here. Yes, but still I kept my box, and I think it's still a very fair price, because even if we get not to all-time high levels again, I still think that it might be possible to get a nice push to the upside before we then sell off. Yeah, so that's why I want to buy spot Solana coins. I still think it's going to be worth it. So let me take out the fib levels. Yep, and I think $102.76 have to hold. If they break to the downside, we get back into the box and can even reach prices down to $95 or even $90. If we break the $112 to the upside, then I would say that it would be positive and we can reach for prices up to $119.30 in that area. Keep in mind, if I tell you an exact number like $119.37, this number won't be 100% correct on the small digits. It might be also possible that people see that resistance and they put their sell order here, for example, and it's so huge that we sell off from here before we even reach the $119. So it's always better to take profits before we get into the perfect target. Yeah, most likely it's better to say, okay, I'm losing 0.1% profits, but in the end of the day, I take my profits instead of getting a huge wick to the downside, for example. Okay, talked a lot about Solana. What about Cardano? Cardano went into my take profit area, but I still took profits because 5 out of 10 coins went into my take profit area. Cardano was one which didn't do. We have tracked here falling wedge, which broke to the downside, and since this trend line is very sharp, we don't need to test it 100% perfectly. Yeah, I just want to see that we get some price action with that wick, and if the other candle is also getting down, then I can even jump into a short trade here. Like I said, so many coins did already breakouts, clear breakouts, so Cardano was also safe for me to trade. Like I said, all the cryptos are correlated to each other. So basically with that wick, I think we got the target, so I can delay it. And for now, I have tracked, if we go into the 15 minutes chart, then I have tracked one bullish pattern, shoulder, head, shoulder in an inverted form, where we worked off the shoulder already. I can take it out. I haven't traded it as well, but I have seen it before. So I can make that trend line white. Then I have saw a rising wedge, which also broke to the downside without a retest. Here we go. We didn't got to the target yet. But still, this whole movement looks like a bear flag to me. It looks like that we got down. Currently are in a correction to the down move. We can even reach up to 60 cents. And it would be still bearish. Because if we then break it to the downside, then keep in mind, we still have huge fair value gaps lower than us. 48 cents to 45 cents. It's possible to get there before we then get a nice push to the upside. So I would wait for the 56.1 cents breaking to the downside. If we do break that and I see a nice retest, then I can jump into a trade and set my stop loss probably over that resistance, because we have here resistance. We cannot get over that resistance at the moment since I think 2 or 3 hours. So that is going to be very interesting if we break the bear flag to the downside to get our stop loss here instead of far higher. Yeah, so it would get us a better risk to reward ratio for Cardano. Render, perfect hit of our target. Take profit set, was a very profitable trade. We have tracked a rising wedge, which broke here to the downside, where we got here not the perfect retest, but it still counts as a retest since our trend line here is very sharp. We sold off very quick into our target area. Take profit was set, take profit got hit. And now I see a bear flag. If we go into the 1 hour chart, then you can see this whole thing is just a wick. So I can take it out of the bear flag. But if we, but what I want to see is we got one touch point here and one here. On the downside, we just have 3 touch points, but they are very close to each other. So what I want to see to say that bear flag is going to be valid is that we drop here on that trend line and get a bounce. If we get that, then I know this trend line is going to get valid, because then we have 4 touch points and they are even not close to each other. And if we then break it to the downside, which is currently at 288, but I think we will break it to the downside later, then we can expect lower prices. And as you can see, we still have a fair value gap between $2.50 to $2.40, and we already were so close to it to close it. And I mean, we are not at a price of $5 that we have to say we have to get a 50% correction to get into that fair value gap. It's not much left, 15% to 20%. So basically, keep in mind that we can drop again into that area. But still, as long as we keep getting up, it still looks bearish to me. Just to get the candle, the fair value gaps closed here to sell off then. Yeah, we really have to get over that bear flag with a nice retest, and then we can reach for higher prices for render. So, ONDO also take profit set, profitable trade. We have tracked a triangle which broke to the downside, since all the other coins also were giving me clear signs of a breakout. I went into a short position. Take profit was at 68 cents, but like I said, okay, we would have hit it with that wick, but it was very close. Here where I had the circle was a fair value gap, and usually fair value gaps get used to get a better entry for the push to the upside. And fair value gaps, if they get close, most likely we get a nice push to the upside. And as you can see, we got a nice push to the upside. If we go into the 50 minutes chart, you will see it better. Here the fair value gap got closed, and after that we got a nice recovery. Below us, we have another fair value gap between 65 cents to 63 cents. I think we can get into that area once we break the white trend line to the downside. It would be the 72.7 cents. If we break that to the downside, then it would be the first sign that we are going to close that fair value gap most likely. So far what I have tracked here is cup and handle formatation, which broke to the upside, or a shoulder head shoulder formatation with a length of a shoulder. So I think ONDO has space to go up to 76 cents to then maybe sell off after that. So let's talk about SUI. About SUI we can just say our take profit got it, profitable trade, but I don't see anything for now. We got here, we have to go into the 1 hour chart. We got here the breakout, here the retest, and then we went into our target area right here. This was our target, got hit. Now I can't see any chart pattern in SUI, so I'm not going to trade SUI for now, so we can make this update for SUI today very fast, and we can go actually into the next coin, HBAR. So HBAR, we have said, okay, for me I went into a short trade, I think here or here. My first trade was somewhere in those two circles, and then I have said we can still go up to 16.5 cents, before we then sell off. What I've done is, since I were already in a trade, which was in losses first, I increased my position size, I doubled up it right here, when I saw we didn't get over the 16.5 cents. Then my average price was, I think, somewhere at 15.5 cents, somewhere here were my average price. And at 3:45, 3 a.m. 45, where is it? Here. Here I have taken profits, closed my trade because all the other coins went into my profit areas. And then I wanted to sleep, closed everything. And now HBAR looks good again to me. What I would look for is that we are not breaking, where is it, the price tag? Here, that we are not breaking the 14.6 cents to the downside. If we do, then we can actually go with a high chance into the fair value gap between 13 cents to 13.3 cents. I'm just thinking, am I going to short it or not? I'm not sure. I'm actually not sure yet about HBAR because I think HBAR is strong at the moment. When Ethereum, for example, got a new low, HBAR is having a higher low in the chart right here. So basically, do I want to short HBAR if we form higher lows? I think no. So basically, I would just keep HBAR like it is at the moment, and I would wait for the breakout at 16.3 cents. If we do, then we can actually go up to 18 cents for HBAR, where I think we have the biggest resistance which we can have, because we have built this up, those 18 cents always here. Support several times. Yeah, we have several candles which got bought up very fast in that area. Right here again, here again. I missed it a bit, but anyway. And here we got resistance. Yeah, so that is going to be the most difficult resistance to break. But if we do, then I think we can actually go for a nice push to the upside, probably 22 cents. Yeah, but so far it's still a far way up. So yeah, let's wait and let's look and let's see what the chart is going to tell us. I think that is the most important thing to look for at the moment. So all in all, the cryptos are giving me, some are giving me bullish signs, some are giving me bearish signs. It doesn't mean that half of them is going up and the other half is going down. Like I said, all those coins correlate with each other. I think we still have space to the downside because most coins still have a huge fair value gap, a dangerous one even, below us. I think that is going to be our target. I can't tell you if we go up now a bit more and then sell off, or if we sell off right now. We have to look into the charts, look for breaks to the downside. Yeah, so I would say I will get surprised. Yeah, we will look into that tomorrow, and maybe we can track more patterns to trade. Thank you for watching, and see you tomorrow.